Okay, good morning, or good day, or good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Today I'm going to take you on a really short flight to one of my favourite airfields. It's literally 25 miles away, so not very far, and it has the best, in my opinion, the best aviation museum in the country.
Vulcan 9 is final to land. Roger 9, Roger, 1 on to vacate, surface wind 210°17, gusting 30 knots.
So it's a bit windy today, but it's straight down the runway, and today we're off to Duxford.
Welcome to Shortfield, a channel all about the lighter side of aviation. And today we're visiting Europe's largest air museum at Duxford.
Norfolk Radio, good morning, Golf November Juliet, Charlie Zulu.
Academy 01 vacated. Golf November Juliet, Charlie Zulu, Northfield, good morning, pass message.
Golf November Juliet, Charlie Zulu, Sport Cruiser 1 on board for Duxford, airfield information please.
Charlie Zulu, runway 20 in east right hand circuit, QNH 1021.
1021 and 20 right hand, thanks Golf Charlie Zulu.
Charlie Delta, Roger, just 1 on to vacate, 21016, gusting 30 knots. Charlie Delta. Hi sir.
With a stalk speed of 32 knots, okay, it's a bit more than that clean, and we are taxiing clean. It's imperative that with such a light aeroplane like this, you almost have to fly it on the ground while you're taxiing. So making sure your aileron is into wind at all times, and you need to neutralise the elevator as much as.
If you want to head up towards Bravo 1 after the aircraft pass you can backtrack the main if you wish.
Oh, lovely. Okay, we'll do. I'll do my checks at Bravo 1 then.
Okay, cheers.
So not taxiing too fast is obviously something that we want to do as well. With a low-wing aircraft, it's not quite as bad, but nevertheless, you still need to be aware that that wind is gusting fast enough, or hard enough, to almost get you airborne, just standing still with this, with the light weight of the Sport Cruiser.
Memphis Radio, good afternoon, Golf November Uniform Kilo Alpha at Hangar 2 Apron.
Golf Charlie Zulu, Bravo 1, ready for departure.
Northfield Radio, Will 10. Golf Charlie Zulu, you can enter backtrack and line up at your discretion. There's no other traffic to affect. Assess winds 21019, gusting 29.
Copy, entering and backtracking, Golf Charlie Zulu.
Wheeled 10 Northfield.
So this is where you really need to
Northfield Radio,
feel that wind.
So neutral. Airfield information, circuits 2 POB. Wheel 10, runway 20 in east right hand circuit, QNH 1021. QNH 1021, runway in use 20 right, wheel 10.
We're about halfway,
Good afternoon, this is Golf November,
which gives us a good 800 metres.
On hangar 2 with 20 right, QNH 1021, VFR flight out to London City and back, 3 POB.
Again.
Thank you, details correct.
Just making sure that aileron stays into wind. Golf Charlie Zulu, lined up, ready to go, runway 20.
Roger, 21019, maximum 28.
Golf Charlie Zulu. Okay, revs are okay, T's and P's are okay. So why is Duxford my favourite place? Well, there's always something to look at here. It's great to take passengers because there's something to do. A lot of airfields, you end up going to. If you're lucky, they've got a CAF. If you're unlucky, they don't even have a toilet. So, but here at Duxford, I mean, we are spoiled.
165 knots to 4 miles.
It's very close for me.
0165 to 4, Blue Mountain 1393.
It's got a wonderful runway. Nice hard runway, open all year. Got probably the best aviation museum, as I say, in the country. Lots of warbirds, old warbirds here. I think they've got a Spitfire exhibition on at the moment. A lot of the aircraft fly. And they've got a great CAF. So we're not far off now. Just got under 10 miles to run. So I'm going to give them a call. Ooh. They'll be using the runway 24 left. And as I say, we probably won't use flaps for this landing. We'll be joining downwind. So, going to give them a call. Get rid of Essex. Duxford information. Good afternoon. Golf November Juliet Charlie Zulu Sport Cruiser inbound from the south. Currently Barkway. Airfield information to land, please.
Golf November Juliet Charlie Zulu Duxford. Good afternoon. I have your details. Report downwind 24 left hand. QFE 1015. Circuit not active.
1015 on the QFE and 24 left hand. Golf Charlie Zulu to report downwind. There's my favourite little field down there of Nut Hampstead. Great airfield. And one that I visit very often. In fact, I visited it only the other day. They've closed the runway to visitors and they put X's on them to deter people coming in. Because I know the owner, he lets me land there. Again, that's one of my favourite places. It looks like the wind's straight down the runway there. So altitude of this airfield is 126 feet, which means 1100 feet is the circuit height. I don't use a QFE, even though he passed it to me. Actually, that's a good question. I know in America you don't use QFE. You might even not know. You might not even know what it is. So I'll put a quick video about QFE and QNH now.
So here's a quick overview of QNH and QFE and how what you use affects what datum your altimeter is referencing. QNH is the pressure at mean sea level and is expressed in either hectopascals or inches of mercury. This pressure changes over time and from place to place depending on the current weather. Sea level is not fixed and can vary due to tide, location and time, so an average or mean sea level is used as the datum. If you use the mean sea level as your altimeter pressure reference, you will be following altitudes. This is great for flying relatively close to the surface in an area where you want to know your altitude in relation to the general terrain, ground obstacles and other aircraft on the same QNH setting. Flying using QNH requires you to be aware of your aircraft's altitude in relation to these objects in order to avoid collision and to obey airspace rules and restrictions. QFE on the other hand is the pressure reading at a known point on the surface, for example at an airfield. This pressure setting will ensure your altimeter reads 0 feet, usually at the runway threshold. Setting a QFE pressure at your airport as a reference, you will be flying following heights. This is sometimes passed to the pilot if they're intending on staying within the airfield pattern, and sometimes to aircraft approaching to land at an airfield. Entering the QFE on your altimeter reduces the need for the pilot to know the exact airfield elevation, as they will be flying using the airfield runway threshold as a datum. Airfield charts will depict local features, showing both their height above both mean sea level and ground level. Hopefully that makes sense. Now let's get back to the flight.
So yeah, so we won't be using QFE here. We'll be using QNH, which is, as I say, our American friends, and pretty much everyone else uses QNH, but it does require you to know the airfield elevation.
Golf Charlie Zulu to establish left hand downwind, runway 24 left.
Charlie Zulu, roger, port final.
Port final, Golf Charlie Zulu.
Okay, brakes are off, undercarriage is down fixed, a mixture. We've got fuel pumps on, fuel sufficient for go around. We're hatched, we're harnessed. Need to be aware of this gas venting station. Don't want to be going over that. And if you don't know what that is, I'll put a link to a little video I did about them. And this is a crazy one, it's like on the downwind leg. Up above. So no flaps this time. Brakes off, undercarriage down fixed, mixtures ridge, fuel pumps on, fuel sufficient for go around, we're hatched, we're harnessed. I won't be giving this, I just need to go around these villages.
Duxford, Hotel Bravo Mike Delta Mike at 500 feet of beam Macquarie and changing to Falmere.
Hotel Mike Delta Mike, roger, and continue with Falmere, thanks for the call, bye-bye.
So I won't leave the final too long. That wind is so strong. Once we get it round, that should be okay.
Golf Charlie Zulu, final 24 left.
Golf Charlie Zulu, roger, 200 degrees, 17 knots, max 25, 24 left, land to discretion.
Golf Charlie Zulu, copy.
Okay, actually it doesn't look too bad looking at the windsock, although midfield looks a bit more crossy.
Last station, say again, Nicole, fine?
Just fixating on that centre line. Wherever the wind's going to blow me, it's going to blow me.
Victor Whiskey Zulu, Duxford, pass message. Whiskey Zulu, roger, just confirmed your circuit's complete. Roger, thanks for the call, continue with Falmere, bye-bye. Charlie Zulu, when ready at your discretion, 180 backtrack to the end, vacate left via Echo.
180 backtrack, Golf Charlie Zulu.
This is where you go and pay. Okay, landing fee paid. Let's go and have a look. So, this is the Spitfire exhibition. Duxford and the Supermarine Spitfire have a shared history. RAF Duxford's No. 19 Squadron was the first RAF squadron to re-equip with the new Supermarine Spitfire, and the first Spitfire was flown into RAF Duxford in August 1938. Duxford still calls itself home for many Spitfires, most of which are flying examples with specialist maintenance carried out here at Duxford, making Duxford the mecca for Spitfire enthusiasts. Although Duxford displays its Spitfires all year round, it is very rare that 11 flying examples will be on display in one hangar, showing the evolution of the aircraft from the Mark I all the way through to the Mark 22. This display closed at the end of February 2022, but Spitfires are always about at Duxford. This is the airspace hangar where you get to see some of the world's most famous aircraft up close. They've got everything from early biplanes to all sorts of engines, including the awesome GE90 turbofan that powers the 777. They've got a Lancaster bomber, but the star of the exhibition has to be the Concorde. 101 Golf Alpha X-Ray Delta November, one of an identical pair of prototypes that proved the design was capable of operating supersonically. She first flew in 1971 and racked up 269 flights, of which 168 was supersonic. Walking around this beast really does impress on you the sheer size of this amazing aircraft. While I was visiting, they had a simulated engine run which seemed to attract a lot of interest.
Looks like they're starting an engine up. Not really.
This is the Avro York, a British-built civilian version of the Avro Lancaster, designed by the same designer, Roy Chadwick. These aircraft were the unsung heroes of the Berlin airlift, flying 58,000 sorties, delivering over 1 million tonnes of life-saving supplies to the civilians trapped by the Soviet blockade.
Right, let's go to the CAF.
Oh, lunchtime.
So, chose the wrong time. It's lunchtime and the CAF's actually full to the brim. So, might try a bit later or might not bother. But you'll get the idea. Here's a nice CAF.
The British Airliner Collection is the collective name for a superb array of 13 British civil aircraft on display at Duxford, including this Airspeed Ambassador 2 in Dan Air livery, this Bristol Britannia, which was nicknamed the Whispering Giant, and the workhorse of short-haul routes in the 70s and 80s, the BAC 111.
This is the US hangar.
This understated memorial serves to recognise and honour the almost 30,000 US Army Air Force personnel that lost their lives flying out of the UK during the wars.
Okay, let's go have a look. I love this hangar.
The American Air Museum in Britain is home to the best collection of American military aircraft on public display outside of North America. The museum hosts 19 epic original American aircraft, including the B17 Flying Fortress, the F4 Phantom, the F15 Strike Eagle, and where else can you get this close and personal to the classic skunk plane, the SR71 Black Bird, still the fastest piloted aircraft in the world. Amongst the exhibits stands a twisted, rusted piece of steel, part of one of the towers of the World Trade Center, so cruelly destroyed on that clear blue autumn day in 2001.
They've even got a V1 flying bomb.
All ready to go.
There's so much to see at Duxford. I highly recommend, if you can get down and have a look, come and have a look. If you're interested in aeroplanes or the war or anything military or anything at all. I mean, they've even got a prefab house here.
These are from just after the war, when a lot of the people were homeless due to the bombings.
They've got everything here. Fantastic place. Afraid we can't visit the CAF today, it's just too busy. But come during the week and it's nice and quiet. And if you can fly in, even better. So, hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to start heading back home.
For the information, Golf Charlie Zulus, Alpha ready for departure.
Charlie Zulu, report lined up, runway 24.
Report lined up 24, Golf Charlie Zulu. Quick wind check, please.
Instant wind 220 degrees at 22 knots. The last 10 minutes, max 240 at 29 knots.
Copy, thank you.
Charlie Zulu, surface wind, instant 220 degrees, 19 knots, 24 left, take off your discretion.
Golf Charlie Zulu, lining up and departing, runway 24.
It didn't take long to get airborne, did it?
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this video entertaining. And if you did, why not watch this video next of me taking the little Piper Sport into some small farm strips. Fly safe, guys, and Shortfield out.